Yes, please. Yeah, that's it. Okay, thank you.
This is the original photo. This is for our movie night. And then, and then we have the person on the stage. That's exactly what I was saying. How many people went? There was 20 something. Do it for five. Do it.
That one.
Oh, yeah. And then this one is everyone on stage. Oh, I need that. No, you don't.
Yeah. Come on, give me that. My hair looks great.
No. Why is it so high quality today?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like potato quality. It's like sideways. Can I fix it?
Like 4K.
Yeah, can I make it just 1K? Oh, no. Make it 360. Oh.
All right, thanks, y'all. All right, y'all, thanks for your patience. Okay, so let's start off with the land acknowledgement. Pasadena City College is a learning community within the indigenous homelands of people who have been known as the Yabaleno Band of Mission Indians and Shishikwanga Village and Peace Nation. Today we acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from this land on which we gather. Let's take a moment of silence in honor of the important contributions to stewards of this land came before us. UC and its faculty, staff, and students recognize that we're all simultaneously teachers, learners, and guests on these lands. This land acknowledgement is a small part of an ongoing process of working to be in good relationship with the people of the land and embodying equity in our practices and policies. Thank you all. Okay, so call this meeting to order at 12:14 p.m. And I'll begin by taking a roll call. Natalie?
Here.
Thank you. Jim? Thank you. Jay? Thank you. Jana?
Here.
Thank you. Marcus? Thank you. Phil?
Here.
Thank you. Jonathan?
Present.
Thank you. Christian?
Here.
Thank you. Dalia? I think she was online. I know she was on her way here. And David. Okay, and Melvin is here. And myself. Sorry, Dave. Okay, I apologize. William?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, so I would like to strike the minutes of October 20th. The reason for that is I haven't been able to, I don't have all the notes, and the recording started kind of late that day. So I would appreciate it if someone has any notes. Main thing is the German, I mean, the call to order, and anything put forward the board report. So with that, I'd like to motion to approve the agenda of November 3rd with no changes. First, David. Second, Phil. Okay. Thank you very much. Any opposition? None, okay, so we've approved the agenda for November 3rd with the notice changes. Just for the record, I want to note that Octavio is here. Thank you for making it. And also, moving on to the approval of minutes of October 27th. Thank you, Melvin, for helping me with these minutes. Scroll into the record.
I move for
Thank you for
Do you touch the Google? Do you touch the Google board reports that people fill out?
We've been putting so that we can know them once they're uploaded and we can access them all together.
Okay, so in the future, if you can, please attach them for the record, because that's, it has to be all in one space.
Can I put like the link for the Google Doc within the minutes?
They need to be attached.
Also-
So
other organizations attach like a,
the reason
like
why,
they can click on minutes.
if I can tell you the reason why I wanted that one, is because 7 years from now, when the auditors ask me this information, if that link isn't live, it doesn't mean something.
So we'll be uploading, this format soon. Moving forward, we'll have 4 docs, for this month. Thank you. So, had a first, like, raise it. I'm sorry, was a second. Okay, thank you. Okay, have any opposition? Okay, seeing none, and approve unanimously, thank you. Okay, so, public comment on our agenda items, any members of the public would like to address? Okay, thank you for being here. Sorry?
I'm back.
Thank you for being here. Okay, I think that's it. All right, so moving on to board reports, we'll begin with,
Hi everyone. So I chaired the meeting on October 29th. I attended the Clinton ASPCC movie night. Congratulations to Natalia and to Jillian. It was a great event. I had so much fun. I also checked my availability for the winter retreat. I'm available for all the dates we discussed. I will attend the IEC meeting on Friday. I also met with Jacqueline Wang from Student Health and Teachers Association. Her club is looking into independently fundraising. So to add to their constitution, they want to amend something that like has rules and regulations. And I think that we should implement that in our bylaws, which I will discuss with Natalia at a later date. I was contacted by Kaylin Johnson. She's a student in the television and radio program. She has an assignment to interview a student representative about the opinions of the college's restrictions. This information will not be published without my permission or our permission. So I was going to accept her invitation. And if you guys have anything you want me to look out for to not say or to emphasize, I would be glad to do that. Also, Fall University night is tonight from 5 to 7 p.m. You should all go if you're interested and applying for transfer this year. I was going to attend the District Technology Standing Committee today, but it was canceled. I'm getting the board docs agenda template ready for my secretary for the next ICC funding committee and the next ICC meeting. Also, I'm the Chief Human Resources for Phi Theta Kappa. Some of you may have heard of this. They're asking for a table at Welcome Week and for Club Week. I know this may be premature, but I just wanted to let you know in advance. So when you're planning these events, obviously I'm planning one of them, but when you're planning these events, you keep that in mind. And we'll be in contact whenever you need. For my committee reports, I will not be chairing the ICC meeting on November 12th. My vice chair will take over. And the ICC funding committee will meet on Tuesday, the 9th from 1 to 2 p.m. Thank you.
thank you. Okay,
So I attended the culture meeting last Friday, and I'll be attending Collins Student Survey this Friday, November 5th. And then I'm having some younger applicants 18 or 19 from 12 to 1. And I'm having an alumni from UC, CSC, USC, and maybe another private school.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, on the 29th of October, we had a successful child development center complete. Thank you all for coming by, listening at nice day and 26, as well as something like the decorations. Kids loved it and they really appreciated it. And on the same day, I attended the Coco Movement. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Good food, hot chocolate. And I will also be attending the SSF meeting that is happening after this meeting. For my daily reports, I'm currently planning out the holiday angels and final month.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I attended the draft meeting on this past Thursday, October 28th, and I will also be attending the SNF, and SSF meeting today at 2:30, and then I'll also be attending the PRT focus group on Friday that Colin sent out. And then I volunteered at the CDC for the free event that was this past Friday, they did a great job. I also attended the program meeting and everyone did a great job doing Natalia. And then I'm currently conducting research while I'm at ASU2 and trying to figure out the cost for everything. And then as for committee reports, we are currently planning an event regarding balancing the college budget and your, social life as well with that. And it will most likely be on Friday, November 19th, to the speaker in the grade. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus.
Yesterday, I attended the student success meeting. For the rest of the week, I'm attending the Happiness Student Service Fund, the Fall 2021 Funding Street, and the PRT meeting. Yesterday, I met with Professor Hong from Foreign Languages Department to discuss with me how the Foreign Language Department wants to plan an international film festival for it's sometime in April, for the next semester, we'll have ASU Rocky long-term services to do every day, because I get to screen test to put up that war. Additionally, because balancing the votes in regards to homecoming, for committee reports at the committee meeting tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Holiday Angels and ASBCC job data is guaranteed to happen for this semester to close it out. And welcome with spring 2022 is up in the air. We don't know if we're going to go forward with it, but that's something that we will decide tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike. Jillian.
Yeah, I posted a quick movie night with Natalia, the concert called, and it was good. I'm really happy that everybody that came and volunteered. Something thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I also attended the student success committee meeting yesterday. I spoke about this in my last report, but I wanted to get Dr. Adrian King. She's amazing as an activist and organization. I unfortunately can't get her for this month to be a speaker, but after season 4, we have to get a big space next year. So that's something that will be coming up. And something to plan for Native American Heritage Month. I'm still working on the reading work group, and I talked to Sylvia Pisano from the English department at TCC, and she said she's interested in reading it. So yeah, that's it.
So first, I'd like to report that I had Christian Seven for me for last Monday's PCC planning meeting, and basically they were discussing sustainability trends and higher education, so it makes sense for him to fit in for me. And second, the cross country team qualified for regionals, so unfortunately, that means I can't make it to the fall planning retreat and the focus group. I already let Pauline know, and I'm looking for any alternates. So please let me know, and I'll discuss that later. And last is that I'm working on 3D projects right now, so if you do not hear your event here and it's in 2 weeks, you have to let me know. Right now, I just finished the poster for Christian's Law Tonight. We're working on publicity for hygiene and event. And we're working on publicity, or going to plan for Bianna's Make It Rain workshop. Is that what it's called?
Let's start here. Don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't hear it, let me know, please, and then we'll figure that out. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Jonathan?
Yeah, so I attended the movie night. It was very fun. I had to leave early, but then I helped with the Halloween festivities, which was also very fun. And then I had a discussion with Dave, really short, and I'm gonna look into it more about the student representation fee. And there's like just some stuff that we are concerned about, but I need to like get more knowledge on that. And then I didn't attend the SSCCC meeting because the regional affairs director let us know really late. No, I did not appreciate that, so I couldn't make it. And then I'm also drafting another budget set for a vote in January, so if you guys have suggestions about student activism related supplies or things like that, just let me know. It has to be related to student activism. And then advocacy, yeah. And I have my secretary trained and in the process of helping my other committee officers kind of just getting a groove and kind of assuming the roles better. And then my committee acquired data from the Office of Institutional Effectiveness, and I'm gonna be working with them just on turning that data into something a little more meaningful. And then the committee is expected to approve some bills today at our meeting, but I might have the actual vote table for our next meeting, so we'll see where it goes. And then we're also looking just for extra bills to kind of throw in there. So if you guys have any more like social justice bills, things like that, I'd love to see what you guys have. And then our committee will also host a booth at town hall soon. I think we're gonna start planning it shortly. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Christian?
Okay, I'm starting with Monday, November 1st. I attended the strategic planning committee in Phase Speed, and we discussed plans for sustainability. And then on Tuesday, November 2nd, I attended the sustainability steering committee, and we discussed future goals, flex day, and reducing carbon emissions. And on Saturday, November 6th, we'll be having a garden cleanup. So if anyone who is interested, please come. It'll be at 10 a.m. starting the garden to roughly noon. And then today I had Philly train my vice chair and secretary and board docs, so that they're going to be well informed. And then to reiterate some of the events I'm having, the Large League night will be next week on Friday, November 12th. And my hygiene drive will start on November 14th and December 3rd.
You said the drive or the
Yeah, hygiene drive is up there.
Awesome, thank you. Pat?
I volunteer at the CC events, good job. I really enjoy it, I love to see the little kids. I finished the constitution cheat sheet and I will start the bylaws cheat. Then, I attended and was also in charge of the movie night. Thank you so much everyone for helping and being there for Jeremiah. Then I'll be working with GreenCap, Gary, and David on a potential sequence section in the bylaws, which will require a lot of talking. And I will attend to the garden cleanup. And thank you so much for those who stopped by yesterday for the Los Muertos event. And in regards to my committee, so I have received very little applications, so I'm going to extend the due dates as well. And I'm gonna try to find different ways to get other people to apply because I don't think everyone checks Answer Live. So I'm thinking of emailing professors so they can share the work. And I have reviewed those applications that was presented and I will try to have interviews for them.
David?
I attended the Board of Trustees ad hoc committee on October 28th. The biggest topic we talked about were naming opportunities and pricing for the Saracen building. I made it an effort to insist that the college reserve some spaces for naming opportunities for achieved alumni, specifically for Hispanic alumni in STEM, since our current HSI, if you guys know, our HSI grant for the next 5 years is specifically aimed at increasing student success within Hispanic and other underserved students in STEM. I don't think there's any spaces on our campus that celebrate Hispanic alumni, so I think it'd be a pretty good opportunity for a new building to celebrate. We have actually one of our alumni, Adriana Calcampo,
She currently works at NASA, and she, I think one of her biggest accomplishments is that her research helped us understand the Yucatan the crater there, which is what led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. And I think it's pretty cool, but we don't talk about that, and so I think that'd be a great opportunity to celebrate one of our alumni. I also met with Emmanuel J. Marcus in Philly yesterday to discuss our position on the Wi-Fi launch space usage. I've also been emailing the director there and obtain some data on student traffic. And that's something that we can discuss more. I don't want to take too much time on that. But we're going to take it step by step. We're not going to be too impulsive on what decisions we take, but I think that but ultimately we want that space to happen. We're going to try to do that. And that's all.
So for myself, met with Bobby Abram yesterday and kind of just discussed this foundation dinner coming up. Again, I just want to address that if anyone needs any attire, we at the foundation office at 6 p.m. today, and she will be helping us with that. I do believe she's going to take us to the department store as well for that. I've sat in the hiring committee for the CEC team. Hopefully, we only have X amount of applicants. I just got access to it yesterday. That external website that allows me to read these applications. So working on that. Also with the food services, I guess team, along with Darlene and everyone that's been invited to that. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow to go over a few questions that I may have or anyone else may have regarding the RFP final draft. And next Thursday, I believe we will be beginning interviews for that. So hopefully, it's been a long time without a vendor. I just had a student addressing these things, these concerns as well. And I did mention that unfortunately, there's always going to be a possibility that if you get pushed, if these vendors or these applicants aren't meeting the standards that we're requiring. Also, I met with Dr. Ramirez last week regarding the calendar committee meeting that we had a few weeks ago. And she was going to send me some templates, blank templates for the calendar. I did ask for her and Wilbur to be available for us to help us in this draft process. This calendar would be for 2024, 2025. But I did let Dr. Ramirez know that, I think there's other priorities. We're not sure what's going to happen next year. One thing that she did mention that I think is important to note is that after the question was, say we approved 2024, 2025 this year, without the winter, we can always go back, or whoever's here in the future can always address that and ask to revise that if, if the data shows that, in fact, it wasn't a good idea for the college to do that. Also, I'm just expecting an email from her. Once I get that, I can distribute that with everyone who was involved. Also, I also want to thank Eugene. Student addressed the concern regarding their academic plan, and they require a Social 17 course in order to get to Cal Poly, which is their plan. It wasn't on the calendar, the schedule, and then was able to get that on the schedule. So I think that's awesome. Thank you again, Jim. Also, I've been trying to get someone from the Quest Center. I think it's very important that they, come to our meetings. I speak to students all the time, but unfortunately, we don't have someone that available. I'm not sure what the issue is with the department, but I've been going up there a lot, just meeting students and kind of just sharing a little bit of what we do, and as well, I mentioned the work that y'all do. So if for some reason, foot traffic increases in the office, then that's a good thing. I also attended the Sustainability Standing Committee, and we approved one of the scopes that was regarding carbon neutral emissions, and we're hoping to present this to College Council. Unfortunately, that team, who's led by Professor Guitar, is having another meeting on November 18th, which is the next College Council. We're currently working on informing the college about this approval that we worked on over the summer and last year. Hopefully, we have a good response about that. I know Christian has been doing a lot regarding this, and also I want to thank you again for having other students join us. I think Dr. Obenthal appreciates that. I will also be at SSF this afternoon, and yesterday I attended this Wi-Fi space lounge discussion planning team, and hopefully we have a great meeting on Friday with Local Hide and kind of just go from there. And that's it for my report. Financial report.
I do have a second.
Thank you.
I sent everyone an updated copy of the budget, so we know how much we have left in each different area. And just so you guys know, we have $88,687 and cents left in total. So you guys can check out the email just to see it more in detail. And I've also updated the publicized budget for December for the activity.
Thank you. Advisory report. So,
The last financial report, so in the other meeting, we're presenting a financial report, we need you to generate it to the public. Okay, so you need to like show it now, and then you all, and then you need to, make a motion to accept the financial report. Okay. So it's not just about sending it to the members, it needs to be actually shown.
I'm just gonna have her do the motion, but I also want to see if it's not tonight, it's not just a possible action. And she's still.
Yeah, the board is really just accepting it. Is there a question from the board about it? But it needs to be presented from some form to the public.
okay. Mr. Pastor, did you send it to?
I know it's the board. I just wrote it.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you, John. So,
So now we just have the Tuesday session.
You know, you can, I will share it.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to accept the budget for the balances for the end of October 23.
Second.
So we,
So moved.
You're right.
Point of order. Point of
Point of
order.
so
You wouldn't like this motion, just make it.
I motion
Accept the board report, or the financial report from the group.
I motion to accept the financial report of November 1st, 2020.
And I, Jonathan, also second.
thank you.
No, we can vote on that.
So with this, I'm gonna take the roll call vote. Unless, am I able to go back to session?
I would prefer you to do a roll call.
Okay. Yes, sir.
May I ask a question about what you do? You know how in board of trustees, they do the hand raising thing? Sometimes they are at the same time. But now that we're in person.
Well, that's
I
what
feel like
we used to do that before.
I think the challenge is you are video Zoom, and legally, the state of California requires you to verbally say what your vote is, so it's recorded for the record.
Well, I think we're solely virtual. But we're in person.
In person right now, but you have an audience. Not being transparent.
All we want to be up here, not just here. I know,
But that's
so,
them.
and
And
you
they-
all are always up here.
And they have lawyers to defend them in their cases.
You have Natalia.
So, I think particularly when we deal with them.
All right, well, I'll begin with Adler.
Aye.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you, Marcus.
Unless it's a point of order, you can't be doing the vote.
You will not impede this democratic process.
Marcus. I was gonna get some. Okay. Okay.
Aye.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Aye.
Thank you, Christian.
Aye.
Thank you, Matt.
Aye.
Thank you, David.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Thanks, Marcus.
Was Julian called?
Sorry, I messed up because I just wrote down the initials when I went after the J and I called Julian.
But I also see that all of you are adult enough to raise your hand and say, I was missed. Julian did it for roll call. So trust the process, give people some slack and some grace.
Okay, thanks, Brianna. So moving on to supervisor reports.
I'm gonna get, I have a one meeting with, Dr. Abraham. So I just wanna let you know, for one, congratulations on all the campus activities that's happening. It is so exciting, and I'm not just saying this, but I get a lot of feedback from folks in different spaces about the energy that's happening on campus, that you all are continuing, as well as, clubs and organizations as well. And it was just great to see such partnerships out there last week and this week. And I just want, I know it's exhausting, I know you all are supposed to know stuff, but I just want to say, as a member of this campus community, I really appreciate your work and all that you do to really bring campus life and any positive energy that this campus. And your increased involvement on shared governance is noticed and it's really appreciated. And the unfortunate thing is when you do well in shared governance realm, they will want more students because of course they like the energy and they like the input. So, I also, how many folks are currently serving on hiring committees? So, I know there's a lot coming in, and in spring we'll probably see a lot more hiring. So I just want to make sure you're not being burned out right now. So, this, you actually heard in stages that anticipated spring student capacity to be 70% in person. This spring, as MA president, we are continuously asking, the Dr. Jones, if that is absolutely going to be true, there's not going to be backtracking, and as of yesterday, she affirmed that the goal is 70% in person. So I'm really excited about that. That's gonna mean more for you to do, but it's gonna be really exciting, to have students back to back. I know that faculty will still continue to have the option to have office hours, online, or remotely. So, I don't know if that's still to work through that, I just got that information this morning. We're working out communication related to COVID protocols. I do want you to know that for students who haven't been fully vaccinated or if they have an exemption, letters went out last week. And so it's not going out to all students, very specific students who have either a medical or religious exemption or who are partially vaccinated. Those letters went out last week to remind them that they have to do weekly testing. And if they are not doing weekly testing, then they risk being dropped from their classes. So that's part of what they signed when they requested exemption. When partially vaccinated folks, also they have deadlines for each of those groups. And also letter of information going out to student workers. So if you know student workers who are not currently vaccinated, they are at risk if they are not vaccinated of losing their employment as student workers. Because even though they're students and they have all their classes online remotely, if they are coming to campus to work, they are considered an employee group, and all employee groups have to be vaccinated. So that letter is going out as well. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand what communication is happening. We are also pushing for more communication in clear language to students about requirements, and we anticipate protocol being the same for spring. We'll have another meeting in a couple of weeks to talk about that. So, but just so you know that we're about to drop a bunch of students, and I was really happy that they just sent me the letter before, or let me know before they went out, because the college had not done their due diligence related to student due process prior to sending that out. And so I was happy because then Barnett is our COVID coordinator now. And I will able to work on the communications that needs to go out to students and informing them of the due process rights. Related to, consequences for not being vaccinated. So, just wanted you to know that. And looks like we will be offering a detox for free again. It's really great because we're going to have 70% students on campus, so that's really going to be an incredible service. And I know Candace is talking already about once again offering the bookstore incentive, the same as service, possibly a little more. So I know that she's working on that. I'm not sure if that's confirmed. I'll talk to her this afternoon about that. But just wanted you to know. And I just want to make sure APs that need to be reviewed are coming to the board. The college council or from other state government spaces that just being on top of those. And I'm just saying that because I know the management association, I realize I got a couple slip through. And it made me think, have I heard APs coming through here? But just to make sure that when we go to state government, particularly college council, and that comes back to this board for approval. Okay.
I have, first of all, are we able to request a change in the DP and start that process here, or does that solely start with talking to them?
No, you can. So we'll start with me, and then we look at what the AP is, and then it goes to Crystal. Because, so when you make a change, you have to make sure that it's legally sound. And so we need to do some upfront research. Make sure it gets done to talk about that, and then it will go to Crystal for a change. So yeah, you certainly have the same access. And it's like, usually it's the other way because they're doing it. So.
And then another question, regarding the student workers, I know that all the employees were required vaccination due to the MOU that was passed, but my understanding is that student workers aren't included in those MOUs, and so what district policy requirements is vaccinated? And if they are included in that MOU, then why aren't they given the $50 per day extra that other workers are included?
So I don't know what HR is working on with the student employees. I know that's an ongoing discussion as well. All the employees are in the same. They are not, protected. They are considered temporary. Most of the student workers that are funded through employees. It has its own set of regulations that may consider it them from getting additional funds through financially. So that's a process. And they're not a protected, they're not a representative group of the employees. So they're like we are, but farther down, they're not down, just less protection. They're temporary at-will employees. So they don't have the same rights as full-time employees, full-time classified employees, full-time contracted employees. They don't operate under a contract. All other employees would operate under a contract.
I thought,
So
I was gonna work for one, I know we have some kind of contract, through Lorena and
the
Nancy.
financial aid, as a financial aid recipient in working.
I thought that's what you were referring to.
Yeah, no, there's no employee contract with, student workers through financial aid. And there are different student workers categories too, so, but I know that's been a long time coming to sort out what happens with hourly. We're also non-represented and at-will temporary employees as well as students. So I don't know, I haven't had a recent conversation with Bob, but I know that something's going out to those students to remind them that they are still employees and they're still coming to campus to work, so they have to be vaccinated. Because some of them are doing, I'm a student that I'm not taking classes, but you're still coming on campus. And also they are separating students from employees who are, like employees, full-time employees who are students cannot get what students get. They can't get the $150 in their bookstore, so they can't get that. I know because they tried, and so that I know that is something that I think one of the reasons students might want to increase Avenue, is to honor that. And I don't want to say that they won't do anything. I don't know how that's going to work out. Particularly those who are several work cities.
Thank you.
Okay, well, congratulations to you all. It's been a long 2 weeks. Between homecoming and all the other events, you all really pulled through, and I think like the FOD have said, normally we would have maybe decent events. I think that you have to, we had about 50 to 60 people at the Day of the Dead. We did homecoming, we have probably that same number. So I think when you compare this to pre-pandemic, I would say y'all doing really well. I think we probably have a few more folks. I think definitely the movie nights, that's probably what we usually get the movie nights. So I think, congratulate yourself, give yourself a pound back. It's been great to have that and to have that back and to really demonstrate to the campus that, this is what can happen. I think when folks work together, I think people are still kind of not sure what's going on, but, so congratulations to all of you for that. Having said that, as we're starting to get more into programming, we have resources. I just came up, who's got the aux cord, right, for the sound system? And you asked me these questions. I'll tell you, I don't buy aux cords anymore because I have bought 2 in the past. I've left them out and they've never come back. So I no longer buy those things, right? So we get stuff back. And on that note, we're missing a part. So we had it on Friday. We're missing the gray cart, 2-tier cart. And those are around $350. And so if we don't find it soon, I'm gonna ask Dennis to pay for it to buy another one. Because it's your property, one of you took it, one of you lent it out, and didn't pay it back. So that's we need to replace that, because that's something we all. But please be very cognizant, extension cords, all of those things, we buy, right? And OSL used to take it out of our account, we no longer have it that. So, if we're short on extension cords, it's gonna come out of your account. So please make sure these come back when you run them out. Who has signed up for the fall planning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Crystal's worried because I didn't think she knew how many people she had. She's asking still for more people. And I thought a bunch of you had signed up, so great. 5 is fine, you'll be okay. So I tell her that. So she's asking for more. So November, really long, we have this month left to program. This week is almost over. Then you basically got a week that we're done because it's Thanksgiving. That really only means you'll have 2 weeks to program, and then guess what happens the first week of December? It's dead week, and then we go to finals. So really, the only time you all have to plan is all the dates that you're all looking at the same date. You're all looking at Wednesday and Thursday, so you're looking at the 17th, 18th, and 19th to do all your programs. All of you are talking about program. We already got the works on the 19th, we've got transfer time on the 19th. We're supposed to be doing something for
This is on the 12th.
on 12th? Okay, good. So we're running out of time. So y'all don't have a lot of time left. So looking at that calendar, be thoughtful, plan with each other because there's a limited amount of resources, okay? So take a look at that. Also, I'm probably taking vacation in November. I originally signed up to be gone from the 15th to the 29th. That was my original request time. I'm going to be modifying that. That means I'm not going to be around. So plan accordingly. We'll have to have that chat. So you all better touch base with me to make sure that you know that we can arrange to have a budget. And this is for you. I figured it out. Dr. Alvarado is looking for 2 students, and we thought it was the DE. It's actually for distance education. We thought it was diversity method. And I don't like. So who's on?
I think I'm on distance education.
Okay, I will forward you the email that's got the time and date on it.
Awesome.
I really thought it was diversity method. And I'm like, Jill's on that. What are you talking about? But really, it's distance education. So as sad as this is to say, I need you all to, I need someone, and I think it's going to be coming down to Emmanuel. And Emmanuel, I don't want you to be responsible because you've got a lot on your plate. We need to start the process to appoint a new person for communications because they will be leaving us to camp in the woods and learn how to shoot a gun. So sadly, the truth is leaving us. So we need to have a replacement. So let's get that ball rolling now, because as Natalia is telling us, it's hard to get people. So we need to get that word out and let's get some folks out. Okay. So please, if you can set that in manual, I recommend that you appoint someone to do that because you've got a lot on your plate. And the last thing is, remember, a lot of you, I hear a lot of folks want to do surveys. And I just want to remind you, please talk with me or do Cobb and review the survey, because for a survey to be valid, it needs to be a good survey. You want to make sure junk data, they have a saying, junk data in, junk data out. All right. And also, institutional funding and research, IPRO, Fiscal Policy area, we're doing a lot of surveys. So she may already have the data you're looking for. So there's no need to reinvent the wheel, and there's no need to invent a bad wheel that gives you bad information. So please, run your survey by myself and you. And that's all I have. Thank you all.
Any short governance discussion?
Student success yesterday, a lot of the focus in that committee has been how we can use equity points to just post COVID. And then I also really go ask why is there no Latin center for success? Considering we are a Hispanic serving institution, it makes me question why there is nothing to help serve Hispanic students, especially considering a lot of my generation. Like a lot of these kids will have people to help them fill out the FAFSA, and that's the reach to student services, even though there's a finite amount of resources, and there's no guarantee that they're going to get the help. granted there is content, there's a content project, but it is essentially a club. They don't have dedicated full-time staff and as a plus does.
Yeah.
And even then, like, as it is a club, it can be subject for departing, even though I doubt that will happen. That is a problem. If Puente suddenly disappears, then who is going to help these students? If they don't necessarily fall into that category of undocumented or clear, they can't necessarily go to test for help. So who is going to help those students? And that's my biggest concern. I don't think it's right of us to call ourselves Hispanic serving institution if we're not actually helping serve our Hispanic students to the best of our ability.
So that, yeah, John.
So I just want to clarify, there might be some confusion. So there are two types of Fuentes. There is Fuente Class that is open to everyone, and that's the one that, I'm in charge of. But, there is Fuente Project, and Fuente Project has its own counselors and its own professors for College 1 and English 1. But they do bring some resources, but that's very limited. I think every semester they only accept 20 to 25 people and they have to apply. So, but yeah, they're very useful, but it's very exclusive because they only accept a small amount of people. But, Winter Club, we just provide, it's just a club, but I think this is what the message is referring to, is Winter Project.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just an
right, okay. Okay, good.
Well, I think you do bring a good bring up a good point. We aren't saying we just accepted a new grant. Well, I think that also offers us an opportunity to maybe shift Puente and fund it a little bit more, but also have it shift towards more of the HSI grant focus, which is STEM, because I don't know if the Puente project has a specific focus for like student investors, or they're kind of get a specific goal in mind, like an ADP or certificate. I think it's just students that just want to be part of the project, right?
I'm not, what I have understood for the project, they usually try to get third generation students or low-income students, or students who do not have as much of support. And then, I think they try to help them transfer to a four-year college. That's usually the main goal for the project. But I'm not sure about the main goals because this is a statewide thing. So I'm not sure exactly. I can't say an exact answer. But I can talk to Professor.
I mean, isn't like, let's say they can do, like, their main goal is helping students transfer to four universities, we're all well aware that we do this. This will be going to that certificates, you get to be an associate. I think that while we could fund something more, I think there's a need for a wide center for students that's to get the help and support that the school should be providing from the first place. So I always think that, you all have really great ideas, but our ideas only come from our runs and what we know, and our groups are really good. My suggestion is that if you want to take this further, that you go talk to Tito Alvarado, because he ran the pathway. And I know Brock Klein is the person who is the HSI grant coordinator, and that's a lot of money. And I also asked to see, what's the data? Where is our money going? But informally, I think we need to our allies who give us these conversations, and who's no longer directly into that program, would be Tito Alvarado. And go talk to them and say, hey, tell me about this. Where does this money come from? How do we use this? How are we serving our students, right? Ask these questions. And then if this is something that's interesting, let's bring it back again as another conversation. In regards to the last HSI grant we got once, that's where we discussed it and we went to build a pathway. That's what we look forward to. Any questions? Yes. So you pull a thread, and this thread will lead you towards a larger pathway. So I think you look at all of that. But I also think it's fair to ask these questions, because if you don't ask these questions, like,
Yeah, Thanks for bringing that up, Marcus. I also have the same question. It's a great idea, but who's sharing it? Um, I do feel that myself and uh, the rest of the people do these things that y'all aren't seeing. And we've been doing this since the beginning of the people last June, last year. Um, this year has been slow. We've had a few events, but last year we had so many workshops, and they weren't necessarily facilitated by us all the time. Sometimes we had to team up with paths. We had to team up with the programs that were giving these workshops and had this knowledge. Um, I I know that with the people, when we meet, we're constantly brainstorming as to how we can let students know. And for those who haven't been around for a while and aren't really aware of the people recognizes that AAF is the student voice for the student body. Uh, if these things were an issue, it's not for any program to solve it, except for us. But obviously, I want to remind you, we're not necessarily the solution. We're just going to contribute. We're being available to these programs. I think that it would be great. I can definitely address this with Beverly Zunza. But I think it would be great if you reached out for yourself and actually, invite them to come to this meeting. I honestly do it all the time. And I don't know what the issue may be. We do need during college hour. That might be an issue. But I do believe that there are so many programs for Latino. That Mesa for sure. Puente is great. I personally not a part of Puente. Growing up, in high school, I know there was Puente project connected, Uganda High School and Cal State LA, and also this facility, this institution. I really don't think there's an issue regarding it, because of the work that we're doing with the people. The issue might be that we're not seeing these things as a board. I would challenge you to do a bit more, in within the programs that exist. I know I've mentioned the people a lot, but I can't force them to come here. I tell them about the process, I give them a copy, I send them the agenda. But, if college hours is an issue, I don't know what we would do about that. That would be a much bigger process. But I just wanted to point that I really don't think that's an issue. But if you believe it's an issue, then let's bring the people, let's bring from the project. Let's create a mix of to do these things. We shouldn't have to celebrate Latino Heritage Month just once a year. It's a lifestyle, at least for me it is. That's good.
So I want to ask you all to think about, so there's a lot of things going on, and again, what I'm hearing is, I think you all need to have a better understanding of the larger picture. So we talk about the HSI institution, that's millions of dollars coming in. Like people is a one-time grant that we have to renew, and so is Puente. So that money is much smaller. That money is like this big compared to the money. We got an extra $1 million in care funding because we're an HSI institution. So there's a lot of funding, and at that level, when we talk about programs, so people and Puente, these are programs, but when you get these HSI grants, the question is, what is the institution doing as a whole? When you look at that level, you're looking at what is our practice, where are our values? And I will always tell you, look at where the money is, and that will tell you what the college's values are. Okay? So, I think this is a good idea, but I'm also going to say, I would say, if you all are really too interested in seeing what we're doing for our Latinx students, because we're an HSI, I think we ask the question, because they produce beautiful reports. So I'm sure you can get one of these beautiful reports and look at it. And I think that the question is, we as student voices should be, how is our voice and what we hear from our students or see from our students match up to the reports that they do? Because the whole point of being an HSI is to meet the needle in terms of completion with underrepresented students. So are we doing that? And if not, then it's fair to ask that question. But remember, that's a big, because that grant pathway brings in so much money for this college. It brings in a huge company. Don't think about that. And also college hours only Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
And my other thing is, you know what, you all can show up and go there. Right, remember y'all didn't want, keep going back, next year's group required to go meet these people. Right? The people wasn't on the list last year, but you all can go to people. Des is great. She's the nicest, sweetest person. You all can go meet with Des. Right? So I don't expect after them to come to another meeting because I'm doing all that stuff. So, and I expect that, but also the thing is, if you want to partner with people, you should go to them. I expect them to come to you. We're not all that. So look at that, because what you talked about, I think they're two small programs. And we've often talked about Pompeii expanding from 25 students, because Regina did that, they went from 25 students to 140 students. And unfortunately, that's very sad, because I think those 140 students are all the Black students on campus, right? But ask these questions. Where is the money going? How is it being spent? How is this helping us to do that? If that's what you're concerned.
I think my biggest concern is that we've been in HSI for almost a majority of our institution's history, and there's no Hispanic student success potentially. So with this new grant, I would really like to see that being created, not just exclusively for Hispanic students, but making the intentional effort to tell Hispanic students that we're here for you. I think the biggest issue with that is that a lot of them are out of district, but they make up most of our apportionment. And so I think this institution needs to start making more of that effort to cater to them as well.
The issue I can say and know exists, you know, we're 51% HSI actually, now we're 42. And we've been recognized as an HSI since 1992. Well, we've been in HSI since 1990, but it wasn't until 2000 that we got recognized, and that was through hockey. I mean, I think this is a great topic. I think we can make it a discussion.
So my other thing with this is also, I don't want you all arguing for crumbs. When we talk about social justice, people of color often argue for crumbs. Right? And so, yeah, maybe we do need to have Hispanic 16 success center, but I'm sorry, 51%. Why isn't the whole college transforming themselves to make the be a success center for the majority of our students? So I don't want a center for Hispanic students, quite honestly, because in that sense, the college will say, okay, we'll give you $1 million. $1 million is not going to serve 28,000 students, like 14,000 who are Hispanic, probably 10,000 after they're all down to 20,000. What are we doing as a college using that money to transform our practice, our policy, what our campus looks like? So don't ask for crumbs. Say, how are we changing our system? Right? Because you understand that community college was created for white folks to live near home, to be able to go and transfer to 4 years. Education itself was made for the sons of landowners. I doubt any of us would qualify that if we had to go back. So this system is set up already not for us. So I really encourage you to look broader at the institution. And I know like you want to have a sense of center, but I'm like, that's the why do I want to be in one center? Right? When this whole campus should be successful. So think about these things and think, you know, what can you do? Where can you use your positional power to ask people?
I think also someone is Isaela Oseguera, who is in charge of the student service or the student centers. We're gonna go there. I know a big discussion has been that they want to make that third floor a center for all these different programs, which I think is ridiculous, but I guess they can't centralize just one location.
She and I had a long conversation 18 months ago because she wanted to put all the centers in one space.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, well, all these centers even, do you even know what the centers mean? And do you know that all those people are gonna get along together? Just because they're people of color? Right? Just because maybe people of color have been foster care, people of color have been incarcerated, should they be all in that space? People of color are queer. So I was just like, no. Again, that's fighting for crumbs. Y'all need a whole campus. So don't be swayed by that.
We definitely gotta take one at a time. I know our priority at the moment is the Wi-Fi lounge. And then we can go from there, but that's fine, I'll take you out also. Great conversation, though. We'll move on to action item, approval of sustainability movie night budget. Christian.
Oh, I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we go, you know that. Do it.
Always loving that. Look at it, I just have to open up my other email.
We're not gonna let you know.
How many vegetables can you get? I could probably give you some chicken strips. That's where that walking stuff at Taco Bell.
No, they need their method. They need a balance of.
Oh, they're so cute. We picked the vegetables and threw them in the garden.
I would not eat those if you guys did. Hey, don't know the reason why. I only eat GMO. Oh, I know, I forgot one. GMO.
Hey, so what do you think that, Crystal Clorox is asking, everyone who signed up said that they're gonna be on the panel, right? Did y'all get the link and everything?
What are you talking about?
For fall planning.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I've been getting emails twice a week.
Yeah. I need to.
I think I really need to.
I would never.
Yeah, I was like looking at what you were writing. I was like, that's our minute.
But to be fair, you know, the reason why I'm writing it this way is because, like, when I type it down, I can use different words, because I don't write exactly what they said.
Mhm.
So it might not feel that word to word. I don't know.
It shouldn't be all.
Oh, okay, so you have a member of the public,
Asking a question?
friends,
You need to
friends,
gavel.
you have a member of the public, so those of you that are going to speak on Friday to the panel and speaking to students, they want you to speak on student experience. She specifically asked that she's looking for more help with mental health. So that if student has requested more mental health.
Well,
I wanna
oh,
play
we have
with
another-
this here.
okay, huh?
It looks so neat.
Okay, so let me explain. Okay, so first on the list, we have the movie licensing, which is $350, and that's gonna stay the same, and then vegan pasta is like roughly 75 for like 20 people. I said it's a little pricey, but I wanted to like include, vegans and like vegetarians, you know, this event, so it can be included with, the food option. And for popcorn, it's like $15 for like 40 pounds of skinny popcorn. Like, I don't know if y'all like them though, but I know people would definitely would take them. I love it, that's in Costco. Yeah, and for pizza, I'm considering changing the amount, but I was gonna initially get 4 boxes of pasta pizza, I might get it down to 3. So, take off $10 from there. And then I was gonna get a Capri Sun for drinks, the 40 pack is like $10 at Costco. And then, since it's gonna be really cold, I was thinking of provide hot chocolate, which is roughly 15 for like a 50 pack on Amazon. And then IKEA blankets, you know, that's gonna be cool. I know we have some blankets in the office, but I want to buy more IKEA, like within the week. So I was thinking of getting another 25, which comes to roughly $50. And then for utensil kits, I saw these on Amazon, they're kind of cute. It comes with like plates, napkins, cups, you know, you get knives, you know, forks, spoons, and they're all like biodegradable too. And they come in 1 pack. It's like 25 of everything for each, so I'd buy 2 of those. And then I don't believe we have a picture for water cups, so I was thinking get that. You can also use that picture for future events. And then lastly is the movie itself, which is roughly $5 for that. Yes, sir.
Oh, so,
My bad. We have it now.
go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I have a couple of questions. My first question is for the veggie pasta. Are you getting that from a caterer?
The restaurant, yeah.
Okay. And then my second question is for the hot chocolate. You said you're buying it off of Amazon. So is it ready made or is it like
Or the
packaged?
package. But you
So
do-
how are we gonna have hot water to like make that?
Where did
You feel like microwave water? Oh, there's water.
Okay. I feel like you would need like some food handling permit thing. David and I and Philly, I think Jay have one. But like if we're gonna be making something, I think for like safety precautions, we should either like buy like a tub from Starbucks or something.
I love Starbucks.
I can get you 30% off.
Oh,
By the way.
60% off.
I'm getting David to the front. But I think that's safer and a lot easier.
With a tub, is that what you said?
Or not like a tub, but like, you know, like the things that like Puente had? A jug, yeah, where you like pour it inside. Yeah.
I don't think it's so, I mean, we can get like a bunch
Find a
of
way
hot chocolates and buy them.
How much does it cost?
We could buy,
Like 4 times.
Yes, sir.
probably.
So a couple things, thank you for bringing that up, and I think this is stuff, you all don't know this much in food service, right? You don't know this. So a couple things, Natalia, how much is hot chocolate ramen nugget?
I think it's $25.
So you can get a thing of $25 for a hot chocolate ramen nugget, it comes ready to go and you can pour it, and that's good. That's one suggestion. The other suggestion is if you think you all want to keep doing this, hopefully in the spring, we will have a food service and you should get hot water from them. And you just pour hot, and you can get hot water in the coffee, so you can do that in the future. Or we can also buy, like, go to, Target and they have these huge, like, if you've ever seen like PTAs, where they've got like a 40-cup coffee maker that just boils hot water. And you can plug it in and boil hot water and do coffee and hot chocolate. You can have Starbucks, if they would charge us, we can just put the carriers and just buy hot water.
Oh,
They
where
want,
do we buy hot water?
will they laugh at us?
Just do it while he's working.
So the other thing is we also have a relationship with Pete's Coffee, down the street. We could buy hot chocolate, we could buy hot coffee and make mochas, right? Give people coffee with their pocket hot chocolate.
Yeah. And that's
So those are some options there. Some of the things that I'm also thinking of is that we already have plates, spoons and napkins. So I'd say let's save some money and use what we have. Because we're loaded up from homecoming, and I think, Ponte was kind enough to donate their extra plates. We can get pizza at Costco, they will also need plates, so I think we're okay, and we have tons of them. So I think we're okay, we don't necessarily need to have those things. Another thing with a clear picture, in your office, there is actually a 5-gallon jug that we go to Wateria up the street on Lake. They wash it out for us, and they put in 5 gallons for $2. And then you can put that on the counter and you can give away some of your water bottles. You can actually have, we use, you know, paper cups and people can then take water that way as an option. And there's also an option if you want to, and I think I sent it to you the other day, Christian, there's something called box water, which is, 90% biodegradable. So it's better than the plastic bottles, so we can do that too. So there's these other options that I've seen, so I'm glad someone addressed the hot chocolate. It's gonna be problematic. The vegan pasta, now I want y'all to remember, it's gonna be cold, you think it's hot now. But the minute you wanna be outside and do an event, it's gonna be freaking freezing, so your pasta's gonna get cold. How are we keeping that hot?
You want to keep them aside for a little bit and then, or ready to set it again?
Okay, so there's something called chafing trays, and we actually have some of those. They're part of the like external underneath the thing that has water, and you put the pasta in there. So we'll have to do that. And I do recommend, since you're gonna be there, that you go online and do the 30-minute food handlers license. It's $10. Everyone here who's worked food service is nodding, it's not hard. But that way you all have your license. Yeah. So I think overall, I like this idea. I think it's a great idea. I think you started out well. I'm glad that you're addressing our vegans and our vegetarians because we haven't figured that out yet.
Five for me.
Those would be my recommendations on this.
I would say we allocate the money from the utensils and kits to hot chocolate and buy hot chocolate and like more.
I say we get rid of some of the vegan pasta. Okay, how many vegans are actually on campus?
Quite a few people, and like, they don't have, wait,
Still, it's expensive. People like pizza.
Silence.
Remember the
you
chair?
can let Brianna speak, she's not spoken yet.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I have a question. How many people are you expecting to come to this? Because I feel like three or even 4 boxes of pizza would be a lot, and then plus the veggie pasta.
I'm expecting like 50 people. I think that's pretty good for.
I have one more thing to say. The second one, you have budget to come talk to me first because I want to start taking food money out of incentives right now because we're not.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to do that.
Yeah, because especially for the something we're going to take a lot of the incentives, but I don't know if we're doing it to you now.
I think that's good.
What's your question?
You can, but what I'm particularly is on the back end of the line, so you have to fit it in.
Maybe just amend the motion. Oh,
I mean, this is the thing, so you have to approve the agenda item, but to me, I consider this backup documentation. So what does the agenda item say?
Cannot exceed 700 from the program.
So you all can fix this the way you want to fix it, to address the concerns. So you could say like, let's change, let's strike utensils, right? And, you know, I also feel like if you're not exceeding the amount, you're okay.
Okay.
So, but I would strike the things that you don't want.
Okay, so we also have like, so we're getting water, we still need cups now, right?
we have quite a
Okay,
few
we have
cups.
cups?
Yeah, we have a lot of
Okay, I did not know that. Okay, so we can start utensils and then like, I will put that money into the hot chocolate.
So you would like to start utensils, right?
Yeah,
And replace or reallocate that.
the hot chocolate. Oh, that's a motion right there.
Yeah, so the whole approval
Okay,
motion.
can I make a motion to, write the clear picture on the utensil kit and, I'll put that money to. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'd like to, okay, I want a motion to, approve this resolution.
So can I ask something to you? That we not say out of programming budget, because I would like Rihanna to give you the flexibility to take food out of the appropriate place. So what you can do is you can make a motion, you can say, I would like to motion to approve, and then you start going to approve, and just read what you get there. So go to the end of the sentence where it says, I would like to, I would like to motion to approve and read the rest of that.
I'd like to mention to approve the sustainability review and budget with the
Not to exceed,
not to exceed $700.
stop right there. That's perfect.
Everybody did it? Okay, so with that, I'll take a roll call vote. So, Bradley?
Aye.
Thank you. Eugene? Thank you. Jay? Thank you. Brianna? Thank you. Marcus? Thank you. Julian? Thank you. Shirley?
Aye.
Thank you. Jonathan?
Aye.
Thank you. Christian? Thank you. Matt? Thank you. David? Okay, thank you. Congratulations. Going through unanimously. Okay, so these, moving on to discussion items, discussion about future events. Anyone have anything they'd like to address? John?
There's been some talk of a resolution. They're not crimes, but just kind of like a vote of no confidence in efforts to proceed, just because of all the stuff that's been going on with that. And really, it's like I'm kind of for it because I don't really think it's effective. I think it's been very sloppy what's been happening. You know, it's like I was even sent an email of a meeting Natalie has forwarded it to me. And like they had asked me my availability for the week of, which is like completely, like I don't even think they meant form. So, yeah. And then aside from that, also I wanted to get more suggestions from all of you on the student representation budget that I'll be approving again in January. So far I've been brainstorming, I've been thinking about iPads or funding for another DC trip or more office supplies. I heard someone mention the TV. It has to be something that we could apply, you know, actually, the lobby. Like, advocacy related, no.
Yo, how about some of those, how about ordering more of those like copy constitution?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I actually want to order one, but yeah.
Those,
I will write that down.
I would recommend also, you know, some incentives that you may be able to give students with having each fund's logo.
Right. Yeah, and then, yeah, because I've just been kind of like thinking about like a bit more like bigger items that we could probably just kind of just like the iPad.
Lobbying
I'm
ban.
thinking of like just like a few, not like too many, just a few, so then we could like bring it and like show presentations on it. Just like a large screen. A large screen. The Brianna one? No, oh yeah, hers is nice, yeah, hers is nice.
I really want you all to buy a new book.
Yeah.
We could figure out how to make that.
I would love on.
Yeah, I was thinking about a new projector.
We're getting a $20,000 projector.
One that could play a 35mm film.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be able to connect so we could live stream, so like I was in the quad, you want to live stream like the Or
Yeah.
election at returns, we can have a party in the park.
Oh, we should do that for our second date.
Oh, yeah, we could say that it's for like an election watch party.
That was kind of a hard sell because the operator told me no, but.
I think something that we should address is the other day during the Coco movie night, students were saying they couldn't hear the movie if they were speaking to one another.
Yeah.
So speakers is something that I believe should benefit the lobbying community.
Right, we could probably buy like 100 Apple speakers. We could probably get like way better speakers.
Some aux cables as well.
Yeah, we need some.
So I don't know if buying that stuff, but you know, that stuff works. I don't know.
A lot of you have been complaining about the computers in our office. I think, like, as much as I would like to buy a whole new set of like MacBook Pros, we bought those like dumb computers like recently, so. I don't think that's really an option unless you have like a garage sale.
The new iMacs aren't, those are nice.
Yes, Kate?
How about, so the last group, about 4 years ago, they bought flash drives and they uploaded the constitution, they uploaded all of this information on how to contact the representative. And those are, you can try kind of, there's a plan price, like $3,000. And you can upload all this data on there, and then people use that. Hopefully use that, and now,
Something else I was thinking of was like probably like a subscription service, like this. The only person I could, the only person I would think would also use it would probably be Natalie, but not in like capacity as like AS or now that's like C. It's like this like thing where you could look at like bills and they have like a bunch of like analysis and stuff on that. It's really expensive though. It's like $3,000.
Yeah.
It's like really expensive.
what's it called?
It's called Political Pro. Really nice. Oh, really?
I just don't know that, so.
Yeah,
If
it's
you use it for research and advocacy,
Yeah,
we could do that.
yeah, because it's really nice. I've used it like once before.
Come talk to me, we can actually do that.
It would be really nice.
Well, I usually download it like a
The chair is speaking.
It'd be nice if we have some chairs with some lumbar support.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's a-
I had to bring my lumbar support to my house, because those chairs are awful.
There's also for, who's on sustainability, who's on facility services? You're on facility, I think who's on facility.
Not anymore.
Okay, because that would be fair to ask facility services, because these chairs have been with us for 10 years. So
Cool.
it's fair to ask them.
No.
This again is why we will not be here, we were gonna do this before.
Yeah, so I think that we've started on some really good input. If you have anything else, just email me.
Can you make a Google Doc list, and we can input that?
Yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
share it with us? We can kind of use some ideas that way.
We have links, put the links into.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
In terms of future events, this is like far ahead from now, but elections, last year I had this, or 2 years ago, I had this brilliant idea of Puerto Ricos. It did not go through, so I wanna make sure that, COVID ruined my plans, but, yeah, for our elections, I wanna incentivize people to get like excited to vote, so, I wanna make an event, like, with a bunch of portos, issues, and like getting people like, hey, 15 portos, they can vote on our election. Because our past 3 elections turnout have been really bad. So I wanna make sure that we get a good turnout this year. So,
Yeah, for sure.
1,000 people.
and we got that last time, but it was.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing up my past comment?
I lived that.
Yes, Mike.
Hopefully by the end of tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna send you all a survey. Cause we're planning a final kind of like banquet, where we're planning on actually giving you guys dinner and having live bingo as a kind of closing off the year. Please have your committee members fill it out by the end of this week, like Friday. We need to get this ARF in as soon as possible because we want to use the budget line. Yes,
So committee members,
if you don't have, wait.
so do I count ICC or no?
You want all of us to see that?
Because we're having people from our volunteers.
Yeah,
from
all of us.
Oh, good. Okay.
Next.
We're just going to find out the date and time after that, they have to RSVP because we need to find out how much we get.
Oh, so you can know that now we don't really have our committee, so what are you doing that in that situation?
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but like, at the end of the day, it's like whoever submits it by Friday, because this needs to get done as soon as
So
possible.
you like at least keep the open spot, because I don't think it's fair to
Remember, this is just to set a date, the RSVP will be late. You're
Yeah,
looking at people now.
you have people later, but for now, we have to reserve this thing, otherwise it's gonna go like that. So please get it done as soon as possible, because like, if we really don't get a lot of responses, I'm gonna select a date and time, and if your committee members cannot make it, because people do not send out that link, I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Have you shared that link already?
No, we're gonna do it today, well, tomorrow we're having that.
That's true.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't.
I'm like,
can we attire be like,
The time can be time, you can wear whatever you want, as long as it's school appropriate. Please remember.
I'm gonna be overdressed, then it's fine.
Good?
Yeah, all right, and this is just like, like lessons, so we have events, events, young events, road events, Lorax, and also hygiene, that's it. For the next holiday, and holiday window, and next.
Let's see, final
Gallery review, and I'll email you the date for the, final selection. Cool, okay. All right, thank you, that's it.
No, but this is like December.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
Hey, Christian, I noted down that you were gonna have that hygiene kit thing, I believe, on 14th.
From the 14th to December 3rd.
Oh, you're doing it. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because I'll say that's on a Sunday. first of all.
Oh, 14th, I think, that's Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do?
It's okay, we can tell that next time.
Right on. Any more? Okay. We have no invited guests today. For appointments to college-wide committees, you mentioned the DD one,
yeah, but you got one person who's on duty, which is gone.
right?
There's someone, one of the, I think he's Jim on the probably wants to go.
I'm just trying to confirm if Amelia Sanchez was appointed correctly.
Or she was appointed for, the
President.
president's EEI. This is distance education.
Okay.
So it's simple.
Any appointments to AS committees? There are some things that you mentioned possibly next week.
Yeah, they'll
We will have funding. Nothing for that, right? Members of the public on YouTube.
They've already told you what they requested.
Any comments, Doug?
Next semester's coming up soon. I'm going to ask, Melvin if he can start working with Christina to book the rooms for your AS meetings. I think we will continue to be in here until we know how COVID is playing out, because it's now a new variant that's circulating.
Oh my God.
So if
We're
not,
really-
if we're low and we're healthy, I'd like us to move back to CC 212 because people are eyeing that space and people don't want to take that.
Who?
So,
There's also been talked about people wanting to take our office. So.
Oh.
We need to take that down.
Oh.
that's why there's a lot of talk about people very verbal and say, oh, so we have to. All right.
We're almost done.
Okay, any announcements?
I just want to announce something that came out just now during our meeting that PCC has been named, again, fourth time in a row, Aspen Institute list of 150 colleges. So that's gonna be happening again next year for the next group. They're probably gonna be doing interviews and all that stuff. So I thought we weren't gonna apply again, but yeah, I guess so. We're gonna do it again, fourth time in a row.
What number are we?
It is this.
Also, if you need help with your applications tonight is University Night, 5 to 7 p.m. Gallery Plaza on the Stratford Library. We're gonna have CSU already, on the USC, being there in person. So go over there if you need help.
UCFs are due on the 30th, y'all. I am just as scared and anxious as all of you, but do it. Do it, do it, do it. And also ask if you need help with your essays.
Yes, Julie?
I just saw a flyer and we celebrated a meeting here in Pasadena. We're having what is called master goals, and it's gonna talk about increasing mathematical opportunities for indigenous students in math, and that's gonna be on November 10th from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. in Q303, and I can send it to all of you all.
Anyone else? I do want to announce that I believe it's the 17th of this month. There will be I forget the name of that amphitheater that's behind the CC building. They're going to be having the out on the yard event through a stomp yard. And I would recommend that y'all go to that. I went to it before the pandemic. I think it was really nice to interact with faculty and get to know some of the skills and some of their background aside from PCC. I also want to announce that Natalie will be sharing the next meeting. So if you can make a note of that, Melvin. I have an orientation, onboarding job. And future meeting dates and times, November 10th. If you can please submit the agenda items by November 4th, 5 p.m. That way we'll have some time to try to get those done prior to Friday.
Can I confirm we are not meeting the Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
Correct. Okay, so with that, I'd like to motion to adjourn at 1:49 p.m.
Second.
First by David, second by Philly. Opposition. Seeing, thank you all for your time.
The light needs a minute to catch up. Wait a minute.